5 men allegedly burned the crosses in May at a federal courthouse, in front of the NAACP, near 2 elementary schools, and at the home of a black family. A federal grand jury returned the 6-count indictment on Monday. The indictment claims Klansman Wayne Pierce ordered the crosses burned as an intimidation message. Pierce was the state leader holding the position of Grand Dragon.
The rock that marks the place where pilgrims came ashore almost 400 years ago was defaced by vandals this morning. Police say someone spray-painted Plymouth Rock with a giant black swastika. A fisherman reported seeing a group of teenagers hanging around the rock about 4 a.m., but police have not been able to catch the culprits. Massachusetts state workers spent the day cleaning the historic rock, which has been a target of vandals for more than a century. The state is now contemplating building a bigger fence around Plymouth Rock. An 18-year-old California man was found guilty today of beating his homosexual neighbor in an attack caught on videotape. Juvenile court judge Thomas Edwards said Joshua Huff's attack was prompted by homophobic feelings. Judge Edwards told Huff that the young man had never learned to get along with others. Huff was 17 when he attacked William Kiley in June of this year. Kiley, who says he'd been harassed for years, had set up a video camera to gather evidence and ended up recording his own beating. Sentencing is set for August 26th. Under juvenile law, Huff could be held until he is 25.
In Mississippi, a man who led officers to the body of a 10-year-old girl he admitted to killing says he's killed at least 60 other people and wants to be given the death penalty. Donald Leroy Evans claims to have murdered more than 6 people across the country over the past 10 years. On Sunday, Evans took police to the body of Beatrice Ruth in a wooded area of Mississippi. Police say the girl had been raped before being killed and buried. Today, police arrested Ruth's mother as a material witness. She allegedly allowed her daughter to go to the store with Evans. Police in Georgia are investigating 18 deaths at 2 hospitals, one in Atlanta, the other in Birmingham, Alabama, to see if the deaths are connected. WAGA-TV in Atlanta is reporting that the investigation is focused around an intensive care nurse who worked at both hospitals. The nurse has not been identified and has not been charged. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation is confirming that it's investigating possible crimes by a former hospital employee. The deaths in both hospitals occurred in ICU.
4 police officers charged in the videotaped beating of motorist Rodney King will not be tried in Los Angeles. Judge Gary Klausner today granted a change of venue in the assault case against the 4 officers. Klausner is going to ask the state for a list of cities that have courts which could accommodate the trial. Lawyers will return to court on the 22nd to discuss a new location. The California 2nd District Court of Appeals ordered the trial moved out of Los Angeles because of the publicity generated by the videotaped beating.
It was hot and humid today, but at least the rain stayed away. Will the sunny weather continue? Eric Randall will let us know.
And later on, Hallmark is questioning whether a new card is the way to send the very best. Eric Randall's here with the weather. We seem to have escaped the thunder boomies this time.
Yeah, you used the term, what, hot and sticky a little while ago. Those are the 2 words that pretty much sum up today. So we didn't get the thunderstorm activity, but we did get another sticky day because of the moist air that moved in. It brought some activity to around the northern parts of Nevada, but we stayed dry and should continue to stay dry over the next few days as a little nicer weather is heading our way. High in Las Vegas today with a lack of clouds, managed 101 degrees. The overnight low was 72, put us a little below both normal high and low for today. Pollution index was moderate, and that was due to ozone. We've still got the fair skies in the valley tonight. Not a bad evening. Downtown Las Vegas, Paradise Valley, Henderson, Sunrise Manor, and Nellis Air Force Base all tied at 90 degrees. 89 for North Las Vegas, Boulder City, 85. Spring Valley 88 and 54 degrees up at Mount Charleston. At the airport, 89 degrees. Humidity still a little sticky, 29%. Barometer 29, 93 steady. And the winds from the west at 7 miles per hour. High temperatures today did warm up a bit. Mercury hit 94 degrees for their high. Laughlin, 108. They were, of course, with a warm spot in the state today, expecting around 105 tomorrow. 87 for Tonopah. Reno had a high of 88 degrees. Caliente 92. Ely had a high of 87. They should drop down about 4 degrees tomorrow. And other than that, not a lot of change expected in temperatures around central and southern parts of Nevada tomorrow. We still have the clear skies, or mostly clear skies down around our way, but the clouds, of course, still pouring in across central and northern parts of Nevada. We're still getting some moist air that's being drawn into the Silver State because of tropical depression Hilda. And dear old Hilda is still, let me see, about right there. There's the remnants of Hilda sitting off the coast of California. Of course, the moist air producing mostly cloudy skies around central and northern parts of Nevada right now. A little area of clouds to the north of Las Vegas. For the most part, we've got fair skies this evening, and a pretty good night is ahead. Now, the moist air is going to continue to move into the northern parts of Nevada, but not going to bother us, because while moist air is being kicked into that area, we've got a high pressure starting to build in around southern portions of Arizona. This is going to draw in a southwesterly flow of drier air up into the southern part of Nevada, and because of that, we will see mostly sunny skies in southern Nevada, while the moist air will continue to make for some clouds and possibly a few thunder boomies around the central and the northern part of the Silver State over the next couple of days. Right now, though, nothing happening in Nevada rain-wise. Just a little speck of light rain to the east of us. That's occurring around west central portions of Utah. Some heavy rain to speak of across parts of the nation tonight. Not much, though. Most of that right around north central portions of Texas. Otherwise, fairly light activity to basically not much at all. Thunderstorms, of course, dying down this evening as the temperatures cool down around the nation tonight. Our thunderstorms are a thing of the past, at least for the next couple of days. For tonight, fair skies, lows around 75 degrees, and the winds variable up to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. Highs right around 101 degrees, so not much change from what we saw today. Winds kind of breezy at times from the south, 10 to 20 miles per hour. The extended forecast calling for mostly sunny skies into Friday, and for the most part the weekend as well, but maybe a few afternoon clouds forming. Really no main reason to think of thunderstorms at this time, but a few clouds here and there. 101 degrees, the high is tomorrow and Thursday, and then a little bit warmer Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as we get back up to what we should be for this time of the year. So a little bit of high pressure bringing dry air into the southwest, and we've got some sunny skies heading our way. George?
Thanks, Eric. Tonight, 41-year-old Larry Holmes hit the comeback trail, but looked much different from the Larry Holmes of old.
And the Phillies were looking to keep their winning streak alive against Pittsburgh. Scott Higgins is next.
Scott Higgins joins us now. Seems like streaks, let's see, we had the Giants a while back,
right.
Twins a while back, and now team of the moment.
That's right. It's what you do with that streak, though. If you're in the pennant race, fine. If not, forget it. Now, who's the hottest team in baseball? Not the Twins, not the Pirates. Yes, it's those crazy Phillies. Still not in the pennant race, but sporting a 13-game winning streak at Pittsburgh tonight. Wes Chamberlain has been doing it all along. Singles to center, and Andy Van Slyke fielding more like Andy Warhol. Lets it get by. Score Danny Cox. And the Phils led 1-0. Bring on Charlie Hayes now, who will rip one deep to right center, but Van Slyke could ill afford to be embarrassed again. This time he makes the catch at the wall. Nicely done. Pirates rally now. Cox serves one up to Jose Lean, who tightropes one down the right field line. Don Slott bringing it around third. He'll score. The Pirates had a 2-1 lead. Then it's Ricky Jordan trying to defend himself on this one, but watch him tap a comebacker to the mound, to home for one, to first for two, score it 1-2-3. Pirates end the streak. Final 4-3. Elsewhere, St. Louis 7-4 over the Mets. The Cardinals still 7 games out. Now look what's happened in the West tonight. The Dodgers lose in 10. The Braves beat the Giants 9-2. L.A. by only a half game over the Atlanta Braves. Montreal 7, Chicago 6, and Houston over San Diego 12-9. In the American League, the Twins are still playing well enough to hold their lead in the West, but California has been able to handle them despite being in last place. Here's former Angel Chili Davis taking Jim Abbott for a ride to the glad bag in right center. No, that's not a homer. Kirby Puckett moseys home, and the Twins led 1-0. But this is how you're supposed to do it. Lance Parrish blasts one to the same place, except this one clears the baggie for a home run. That tied the game at 1. Things got awfully ugly after that. This is Luis Sojo, who chops one to third. Former star Sean Abner caught in a pickle, but Brian Harper's throw to third has too much cheese. Abner catches a break, and the Halos catch an 8-3 win. Elsewhere, well, now we're going to the Blue Jays. They're their usual selves tonight, blowing leads at Milwaukee. This home run by Candy Maldonado gives Toronto a 3-2 lead in the ninth. Now, just for good measure, Joe Carter tees off for his 28th dinger of the season. And the first-place Jays are looking good at this point, leading 4-2 in the ninth. We go to the bottom of the ninth. 2 outs, 2 on base for Paul Molitor, who bashes one way back to left, and Goodbye. The game winner as Milwaukee rallies for a 5-4 win over the hapless Jays. Now, that combined with Detroit's sweep of the White Sox means Chicago is 2.5 out in the West. Tigers only 2 out in the East. Toronto at Detroit this weekend. Elsewhere, Seattle 5-2 over Oakland. Kansas City sweeps a pair from New York. Texas loses a pair at Baltimore. And Boston and Cleveland split a pair. George Foreman's boxing comeback is good for a lot of laughs, but luckily for Big George, he can fight a little. Plus, he's got some appeal. Neither holds true for former champ Larry Holmes, also on the comeback trail, taking on journeyman, and that's a polite term, Eddie Gonzalez tonight in Tampa. You couldn't find more blubber on a whale farm in this one. Holmes was never in trouble, but who would be fighting this cream puff? Not much offense from either fighter, but Holmes caught a little more to earn a unanimous 10-round decision. He'll have to get a lot sharper if he's thinking of fighting anyone better than his Mr. T blow-up doll. Holmes looking awful tonight, but he still wins.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. Up next, a prison escapee with a hankering for Mexican food let his stomach get the better of him. We'll have the story.
And why is this greeting card so popular with women but unpopular with the stores where it was sold? We'll tell you.
Hallmark cards became famous with the slogan, "When you care enough to send the very best." But now the card maker has sanctioned itself for forgetting that motto. Hallmark has pulled from its selection a new card from their shoebox greetings line, which declares, "Men are scum." When you open the card up, it cuts a little deeper, reading, "Excuse me. For a second there, I was feeling generous." Hallmark has decided to pull the card after receiving several dozen complaints. No word on whether those complaints were from men or women.
Take a wild guess. An inmate at a California prison busted out of the joint Saturday night, not because he yearned for freedom, but because he needed some Mexican food. Convict Lance Todd slipped out of the Elmwood Correctional Facility in order to buy 14 burritos at a Taco Bell. A startled guard spotted him crawling back in, Taco Bell bags in hand. Maybe Lance really should have made a run for the border because he's now been stuck in a higher security section, and the Bulls even confiscated the chow. That might not be so bad, however. Imagine what could have happened if Lance had eaten all 14 burritos and was then thrown into a tiny enclosed cell. Think about it. I can understand that. You need Mexican food, you gotta have it.
Gotta have it. That's our report. Thanks for watching.
See you tomorrow. Have a good one.